Welcome everyone to my first ever results video. Today I will tell you everything you need to know about WrestleMania Backlash. And on the kickoff show we had Sheamus's open challenge. But strangely it was not for the title. It was for an opportunity at the title. If you defeated Sheamus, you'd get a title match. But like I was saying, Sheamus had an open challenge. And when he got into the ring, he cut a short promo, and then none other than Ricochet answered the open challenge. Ricochet, out of all people. Honestly, I expected it to be someone like Mansoor or Humberto Carrillo, but it was Ricochet, and I'm very happy for that, except he was wearing jeans instead of tights. It's like they let him know that he was going to be in a match right when he got there. So, he wasn't expecting to have a match. That's really what it seemed like they did. But Ricochet had a match on a pay-per-view. It was a kickoff, but still a pay-per-view. And that's good. That's very good. I like how they're pushing these lower card talent, like Angel Garza, Ricochet, Humberto, Mansoor. It's really nice to see these guys getting a push. But on to the match. Ricochet and Sheamus had a short-lived match. In the end, Sheamus won the match against Ricochet with a bicycle knee. Not the pro kick, a bicycle knee. And this match was confirmed the night of, and so I did not get to get my predictions in. And so I predicted that Sheamus was going to beat whoever came out. And that was Ricochet. And so I predicted Sheamus was going to beat Ricochet. And I was correct. So first on the card, we had the Raw Women's Championship match between Asuka versus Charlotte versus the defending champion Rhea Ripley. And the first thing I noticed before the match even started was that Charlotte Flair had a Cruella de Vil themed attire. Now the match itself was very good, not very memorable though. I don't remember much from it, except that Rhea Ripley got the victory, hitting the Riptide on Asuka. And Charlotte Flair was angry. She wasn't pinned, but still lost the match. And so I think we're building to Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley at the next pay-per-view. And we'll discuss what the next pay-per-view is later in the video. Stay tuned. So, up next we had the Mysterios versus the Dirty Dogs. But during the kickoff show, Dominic Mysterio was attacked backstage by Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. So when the time came to fight Ziggler and Roode, Dominic Mysterio was already hurt and could not compete. And so Rey had to do it alone. But in the middle of the match, when the match was about to end and Ziggler and Roode were about to retain, none other than Dominic Mysterio came out to help his father. And at first, Rey Mysterio decided not to tag in his son because he knew he was hurt. But push came to shove, and he had to tag in, or else the team was going to lose. And so the hot tag was made by Rey Mysterio to Dominic. I don't remember much after that, but I remember the ending where Rey Mysterio was in. Hit a 619 on Robert Roode, tagged in his son, went to go take out Ziggler, and Dominic finished the job with a frog splash off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. New SmackDown Tag Team Champions in the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic Mysterio. So, up came the Lumberjack match between Damian Priest and The Miz. So, before the match started, John Morrison knocked on the Lumberjack's door, and he opened it and saw there was a bunch of zombies in there. And so he went to go tell The Miz there were zombies, and The Miz didn't believe him, and so they went out to the ring and were surrounded by zombies. And so they ran into the ring, started the match. So the bell rang and Morrison had to go. He could not stay in the ring away from the zombies, and so he left, avoiding the zombies the best he could. And this match was super bland, and all the purpose of the match was to advertise the Netflix movie Army of the Dead. But later in the match, Morrison came back, started attacking the zombies, and eventually got eaten. And after that, The Miz got distracted, and that opened the doorway for Damian Priest to hit the Reckoning, now known as Hit the Lights, and pinned The Miz 1, 2, 3. And after Damian Priest won, he quickly ran up on the stage while the zombies entered the ring to finish off The Miz. Then after that, they showed an ad for the pay-per-view next month, which is Hell in a Cell, premiering on June 20th. But that gets me thinking, what about Money in the Bank? Are we getting it in October? Or are we getting it in July? Or are we getting it in August or September? What are we doing here? Though I believe they are going to do Money in the Bank in July and have Extreme Rules, now that they're calling it the Horror Show, in October, so it still fits the theme of Halloween. And that is what I think is going to happen. Now up next on the card, we had Bianca Belair defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Bayley. It was an okay match, most certainly not the best, but it ended really odd. It was like Bianca Belair had Bayley with a pin, and then when Bayley was about to kick out, she used her hair as extra force to keep her up for the 1, 2, 3. Did Bianca just cheat, or what happened? Because Bianca used her hair, which is not a disqualification, but it most certainly is not fair, because the ref was behind her and didn't see it, and so I don't know what's happening. I think we might get another match between Bianca and Bayley, undoubtedly, but still, it was very odd, and that's it for the match. Now let's get into these big time matches for the world titles. Up first, we had Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman. This was an amazing match. Like I said, they pummeled each other into the ground. This was a very hard-hitting match. At one point, Drew McIntyre threw Bobby Lashley through the side of the stage. There was like sparkles and fireworks everywhere. It was crazy. But after that, Drew McIntyre went on to fight Braun Strowman. And there even was a spot where Drew went through the announcer's table. It was crazy. But in the end, Drew McIntyre hit Braun Strowman with a claymore. But Bobby Lashley came back and threw McIntyre out, hit Braun with a spear. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Lashley retains the WWE Championship. And now it is time for the main event. Roman Reigns defends his Universal Championship against the upcomer Cesaro. After I watched that triple threat match between Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman, I was confused why that wasn't the main event because it was so good. But after this match, I realized why it was the main event. This match was a 5-star match. This match was beautiful, like I expected. It actually exceeded my expectations, and my expectations were very high. This match was absolutely amazing, though the ending was kind of disappointing, but at the same time, it sort of saved Cesaro, because Roman Reigns defeated Cesaro by making him pass out to the guillotine headlock. It sort of saved Cesaro, but it sort of didn't. I don't understand, but it was still the best match of the card. And that's what happened. Roman Reigns defeated Cesaro. And after Roman Reigns wins, none other than main event Jey Uso comes out to respect his tribal chief. giving him the necklace that looks like it's covered in peppers. And then, none other than the Messiah himself, Seth Rollins, comes out to the ring and stares Roman Reigns eye to eye, and then goes straight after Cesaro, hurting his injured arm, and hitting him with a curb stomp to end the show. Comment below how you liked the show, and as always, like and subscribe. Peace!